Hello, I would like to talk about the Crusher and everything about them, because new players get destroyed by this guy because they don't have enough confidence when fighting them. The Crusher is an enemy type that you absolutely need to confidently beat his ass. There's no way around it. If you are timid with the Crusher, you are going to get hit by the overhead. If you just run in there and fight him on your own terms and just get it over with and kill him, they might not even get an overhead off in the first place, which I'll talk about later in a second. So, two things to keep in mind. You can dodge the overhead way later than you think you can, and Crushers don't even do the overhead unless you're about 2 meters away. Notice, I'm going to stand in front of his face, and he's not going to do it at all. But he is going to do a bunch of attacks that try to push me into range of it. Observe. See? And now, all this stuff pushes me in perfect range for him to start charging up an overhead. There it is. But if I'm right here, he just kind of, if I keep walking in, he's just kind of like, well, what do I do now, Not to say they can't do it, but it's not something you really have to be worried about. This is why they spawn Crushers in packs of 4 in Auric level missions. Because 2 Crushers are a joke. 2 Crushers, you can just kind of sit here like forever, and you just keep your eye on them. One of them does something that's not the overhead, and because the other one is standing behind the first one, you know that second one is always going to go for the overhead. So you just always expect it, and there you go. There's nothing to worry about. So let me show you with 4 Crushers, because 4 Crushers, it can get a little complicated. Remember what I said about never taking your eye off this enemy. As long as you have all these guys in your vision, you can see which one is doing the overhead, and you know you have a bunch of time to get away from it. So you only have to dodge the hit when it's actually a hit. See, I let that guy hit me so I could get the block so I have enough time to get away from this. And by the way, I want to emphasize, I don't have sound cues turned on. You do not need sound cues to fight Crushers. They're one of the few enemies in this game where you can 100% beat them without sound cues. And that leads me into the next thing I want to talk about, this right here. Ah, what the fuck? Silent Crusher, bitch, you cheating bitch. So, Silent Crushers. Two things this is a bug that has existed basically since the dawn of time, and it's complete bullshit, but let me tell you how to counter it without Spidey sense. I do recommend just getting Spidey sense, but, if you're one of those guys who complains about it, here's how you would counterplay without it. So, the spawn director is very stupid in this game, and he really likes to spawn everything at one time. So, if you've ever noticed, you'll do a drop down, and you'll make that drop down into, 50 gunners. Or, if you go into a room, and there's, packs of armored enemies, it's just packs of armored enemies. Well, I don't know if that's intentional or Fat Shark just being dumb and lazy and stinky and obese fish, but they generally will only spawn things at the same time. So if you notice you're fighting maulers or bulwarks or a whole horde of armored trash mobs, you need to keep an eye out for Crushers. Basically, what I'm saying is, if you're fighting enemies that are carapace armored like this guy, there's probably going to be more carapace armors around you because everything spawns in big globs of shit. So, just, if you're worried about a Silent Crusher, just okay, nothing's behind me. The other thing I want to mention is that Crushers get eviscerated by staggers. It takes them forever to get back up from a knockdown. And lastly, the final thing I want to talk about is, in the current metagame, you just kill Crushers. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. Crushers pose 0 threat in the current metagame. Okay, let's turn this guy's AI on. And look. Okay, as I miss every single headshot possible. And look, I can straight up, consistently 2-shot this Crusher. So if I need to, I just, oh shit, I hit the wrong button, sorry. But yeah, I just knock these guys over, and then boom, boom, 2-shot, kill these guys. Or maybe I just use, you are not a goddamn Crusher. And maybe I just, get fucked, and just fight them during that stagger. So, any form of crowd control, be it frag grenade, be it veteran shout, be it literally anything. Hell, dude, you can even do this shit with a plasma gun. Hold on. Let me showcase this, because this is one of my favorite things. Plasma gun will knock these guys over, and then you just, get in there. And this is not a dueling sword unique thing either. Basically any like good meta build now is capable of doing this kind of stuff. See, you just like basically any fucking meta build or just well put together build is killing a Crusher in like 1 second maximum. Maximum like 1 second. This plasma gun doesn't even have Carapace on it or any blessings active. I don't have enough heat to activate any of my blessings. I don't know why the heat bar's not showing. I didn't have any heat or Carapace. That was effectively a white fucking plasma gun, and it still killed him in like a second. And staggered him. So Crushers are an enemy type that you just need to just not be a bitch. You just need to beat their ass. You just need to walk up and just kick their shit in. They're not something you should be afraid of. Okay, I hope this helps you in your dealing with Crusher endeavors. Okay, I hope you have fun.